Good morning, my loves. This morning I am right next to the Trevi Fountain. This is one of my favorite little corners in Rome. Oh, it's so beautiful. That bougainvillea is gorgeous. It's such a pretty little cafe that's right here. So, in leadership, we do something that's kind of like spot exercises. So you know how when we work out our body, we do like core exercises and upper body and lower body. And we do that because when we do spot training, the whole system works stronger together. So we do the same thing in leadership, and it's for our minds. So one of the really big tools that we use is that we actually separate out the different parts of concepts and ideas that we hold in our minds so that we can strengthen different sections of them. A lot of times what happens is it's kind of like a pendulum swinging, and each one of us can be really strong in the muscle on one side of the pendulum and kind of weak on this other side. So if you think about it, like you always do bicep curls with your left arm, your right arm will be really, really weak. So what we shoot for with leaders and in coaching too, is we shoot for that balance point in the middle, because that's what helps us. It makes us strong, and it's what helps us in our mental capacities and a couple of other places too. So it's really cool what we know about this great big brain that we have up here, and how connected it is to every other system in our body. So when we do exercises in our brain and what we have, it strengthens all of the other systems of our body too, and our soul, and kind of all of that thing that is here. So one of the things that we like to pick out is this tension that we hold between humility and, I don't know, we don't want to call it arrogance because there's such bad connotations to that. So I like to call it speaking out. And so a lot of us are really good at one side of that. And it's hard to find that balance point in the middle sometimes. So we like to uncollapse those two concepts and pull them out, and get people strong on both sides. So if somebody's very, very, very strong in speaking out and speaking up, we try to swing them back to that place of, you might not know all of the things that you think that you know. For some of us, like mother leaders, who are really good at knowing just how much they don't know, we try to have them grow that muscle of speaking out too. Why? Because it gives us a balance in that middle place. One of the things that I think would be amazing is if on the news, when we turned it on, and in our day-to-day lives, if the people around us were like, I do not know all of the things. In fact, there is a vast, vast field of all of the things that I don't know. And let's talk about this together. Let's try to make decisions together. Let's get all of the different inputs that we can in order to figure out what's going on here. That's, to a certain degree for me, that's the in-between. It's the deep understanding of just how much we don't know, and the willingness to speak up and speak out. So, I, as a mother leader, had this humility viscerally pounded into me over and over and over again by my children. So, we have a joke in our moms groups that, you know, I'll say something about my kids. I'll be like, oh, you know what? You know what worked? This totally worked. And then I'll be like, great, that's not going to work tomorrow. Because that's always what happens. It's like I figure something out and then it just totally changes the next day or the next minute. And it's a really, really good exercise in strengthening that humility muscle. So people who have that mother leadership style, who really, really serve other people, understand kind of the constant changing nature of life very, very well and have that deep humility. And so there's an exercise of going out and speaking to strengthen that muscle as well, to be that kind of vocal place so that we can maybe get into the middle so that we're like, I don't know all of the answers, and I'm willing to enter into the conversation, and I'm willing to be a strong voice in this conversation. Probably my favorite person who demonstrated this so well was Lao Tse. Lao Tse? I think I say his name wrong. So this is the founder of Taoism. The huge thing about Taoism is just like, I know basically nothing. I don't know any of the answers, basically. So the interesting thing is, most people have heard about the yin and the yang. That's part of Taoism. So he didn't keep his voice quiet, even though he knew that he didn't know all of the things. He was willing to go out and speak up and strengthen that muscle and find that balance point in the middle. So, for all of you amazing, amazing servant mother leaders that are out there, this might be a cool strengthening place to go to, and maybe teach people who might not be as strong in that humility place to get over to that humility place. I know that I am very grateful for all the people that taught me just how much I don't know. All right, I love you all. Have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.